welcome back to Retro 70s Kid, where it is episode 10, which may not seem a lot, but to us it's a big deal. There's a bit that goes on behind the scenes, and a lot of people go to a lot of work. So episode 10, we're all very proud of ourselves, patting ourselves on the back. So we'll continue. Also, when I started doing these videos around 4 months ago, I just started a keto diet, and if you go back to episode 1 to episode 10, you'll see the loss. So it's been I'm on a keto plan. Look it up. It's the only thing that's ever worked for me. And have hardly done any extra exercise, which is amazing, and it just keeps coming off. So keep watching. You'll see me get smaller. We'll see what I'm like by Christmas. But the only thing that bothers me is not a single person has noticed, apart from my friends and family around me. Like, nobody has noticed.
We're still proud of you.
I hate them all.
And it's the shepherd's code.
Look, it's the shepherd's code. So, yes. So, today we're my very first Halloween episode. I was going to be continuing on with my Battlestar Galactica things. But being in the middle of October, I had to get into this stuff. As you can see, I've decorated. Not fully. The best is yet to come. This is just a little minor thing. We'll be filming Halloween night with the party and the trick-or-treaters and everything. So that'll be fully decorated. I'll have a haunted lanai this year. So that'll be interesting. So tonight, I've got a few of my little horror figures, and I'm going to do a Halloween recommendation movie review. So we'll start off. Now, first I have creepy Night of the Living Dead music because it's free. But I'm actually going to talk about, I've just got a couple of Walking Dead figures. Love the show, an amazing series. It's going through some problems at the moment with season 9. I don't understand the mega fans there. I'm sure the Walking Dead fans are the same fans as the Star Wars fans, because season 9 is the best season so far, I reckon. It's very, very good. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get involved. I've got the bicycle girl from episode 1, which was crawling along the ground, if you remember. And you just move a little. She's supposed to come out of her. So yeah, that's a cute little Walking Dead thing. Bone and guts. And then this other one here. This is from the comic books series, which I don't actually have, but I know this, it said on the packet. I think this is the Penny figure from, I do this all the time, it leaves me. So she's the governor's daughter in the comic book series of The Walking Dead, and this is the fish tank full of heads that the governor had. The daughter, who's a zombie, of course, with a little bucket of guts and the little body parts here, which is cute. I did have more Walking Dead figures in the boxes, but I sold them at a recent garage sale, so I can't show you those. And also I have some very rare Resident Evil figures from the game back in 1997. The zombie, this is a zombie cop. He does break in half to show guts. I've got blue tape there because it just won't hold. And he's got brains exposed because he does have a cap, but it is temporarily missing. And that's still got a cover, the box that it came in. And I do have the liquor and two of the main heroes, but they're in my Halloween boxes, which I haven't fully gone through yet. So when I come across them, I will show you, but that's just some of the things on the back. So that's from the game that I was very, very much into 20 years ago. So those. And also I did a zombie scene for Halloween a few years ago, and I made these out of G.I. Joe figures. And they're zombies. That's a guy getting attacked. For the background, can you see the detail? I did that with a hot pin and a candle. The skull and the guts. And that's a victim on the ground. So just a couple of fun little things I did. Also, and of course with the Resident Evil, a Halloween movie recommendation, you've got the whole Resident Evil. This movie, back in 97, something like that, started the zombie genre again, thank God. But then they had all these others, and that's not even all of them. So I think hopefully it's dead now. But that started the whole zombie genre off. So have a look if you haven't seen them. First one's the best, of course. But, oh, also, sorry, I forgot to mention, just want to go back to my weight loss. For those of you not on the metric system, 20 kilos, it's actually 20.5, but 20 kilos is 44 pounds and 3.14 stone. So I just wanted to get that across. So now, where was I? The figures, and also I got given for my birthday a few months ago, the Zombie Survival Guide, which I actually thought was a joke, but it's real. It's actually a very serious book, and I know having this, I'll actually survive if and when it happens. So I'm glad I've got that. I'll use this with my Halloween props. So that's that. Now also, Christine. This is one of my favourite Stephen King movies, books as well. It's come from the book, of course, which I used to have the whole collection of Stephen King books up to it. And I used to have all the soft covers and all the hard covers, which I bought in one of my trips to America years ago, but I've since sold because I don't have the built-in bookcases that I used to have. So Christine, Possessed by the Devil, very different to the book, which I felt the book kind of went on. I liked it until I saw the movie. I thought the movie was really good. I would like to see it remade, only because I would like to see the rebuilding scene done properly. Done to the amazing Harlem Nocturne by the Viscounts. The opening scene, which is Bad to the Bone by George Thorogood, is it? I think, anyway, yeah, George Thorogood. So, perfectly fitting for this. And the Harlem Nocturne, which is the next one coming up. And then I have, ever since Christine came out in 1984, I was after a model kit, and I searched the world looking for a model kit which didn't exist, the 58 Plymouth Fury, until this came out. I think I got this in 2004 or 5. I know it was released before that. That's the box. Just some information on the back. But the most beautiful reproduction of Christine. Now the headlights should come on, but the batteries are flat, so it's quite eerie when it's in the dark and the headlights are on. But the bonnet opens up, even the windscreen wipers go up and down, and the doors open to see the ghostly interior. And the boot opens. But that's a beautiful car if you love the movie Christine. It was very expensive. I don't know what they're worth now. But I got that from a collector's shop on Surface Paradise somewhere. Also, this is a poster from when the book came out. I used to know a girl who worked in a bookshop, and I got her to get this for me. So that's from actually when the book was released. Beautiful. That's been on my wall for years. Now, that's it with the toys. I've got a few Halloween catch. Oh, okay. No, I'm out of, sorry. Let me get my shit together. Cut. Edward Scissorhands. Kid, do you want me to move this Mamacita? You want me to put it down further? Just had to make a bit of room. For Edward Scissorhands. This is a Tom McFarlane figure from the movie Maniacs line from around 97, 96, 97, 98, something like that. It's a beautiful figure. It comes with the poster as well. I've actually always classed Edward Scissorhands as a Christmas movie. For some reason, I think because there's Christmas in it, but because it's more of a Christmas fairy tale. But I've seen so many amazing Halloween costumes done of this that I thought I'd include it in the Halloween show. So this is the beautiful, it's so detailed. Look at the hands. down to the shoes, everything. So that's Edward Scissorhands. I think he's beautiful. I've had him for a long time. Pride of Place, I get a lot of comments on him. So that's him. I used to have the Thing as well, but yeah, I sold that. I keep saying that. I sold that, but that's why I don't work today. Now, some Halloween movie recommendations. You cannot have Halloween without George A. Romero. Rest in peace, George. He started the whole thing, as you all know, with Night of the Living Dead, which has no copyright. That's why anybody can sell it and you can play the music and everything. So the original 68 black and white. If you haven't seen it, you must watch it. It's a classic. That is the 30th anniversary. To try and make some money because they didn't have any copyright, they redid this. They added new music. There's a new beginning. There's a new scene in the middle with the zombies from the diner. I'm very open to new ideas, and it is, but I'm not a fan of the music. But for a different take on Night of the Living Dead with using original footage, give it a look. And then we've got the 1990 version of Night of the Living Dead, which is in colour. They've changed the heroine. In the first one, she was a screaming mess and sat on the lounge until she got eaten at the end. Oh, spoiler alert. But the same character turns into a real action hero. She gets her stuff together and pulls everyone in line, and she's great. And they also made this to get the copyright back. So the 1990 version is excellent. Then in 78, he did Dawn of the Dead. The original. This has got 3 different versions in it, which I love. But brilliant. Everyone knows about Dawn of the Dead in the shopping mall. And then the remake. One of my favourite horror movies ever, the remake. I don't agree with fast-moving zombies, but God, it makes one hell of a movie. So yeah, I think there's room for both in this world. And the third one, which is the original Day of the Dead in the 80s, 88, something like that, 10 years later, in the missile silo. And then they did the remake, which not a lot of people like, but again, it's a fast movie, a fast zombie one, but I still like it, it's still good. And then Land of the Dead, which is George going into a big Hollywood with a big budget, and I wasn't very, yeah, it's okay, I don't watch it very often. And I don't know which is next. Diary of the Dead, which is him going back to the beginning of the outbreak, with the point of view from the camera, whatever that's called, which I'm so over. And then Survival of the Dead, which again is all right. He didn't finish off with a really spectacular ending, George. So, but anyway,
so many of them.
He's got heaps, George Romero, and he and of course because of him, you have all these other zombie movie copies. Well, not copies. They're great movies in their own right, and these are some of my favourites. So I highly recommend Shaun of the Dead, comedy UK movie, and the classic Return of the Living Dead, more brains. And then of course Walking Dead, I already spoke about that. Love The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead. Give it a go. The new season's excellent. Zombieland. 28 days later and 28 weeks later, hoping for a third. And World War Z. This could have been brilliant. Unfortunately, it's like a zombie movie brought out by Disney. They wanted a PG rating, and they may as well just made a zombie movie for kids. There's not really many scaring bits in it, except for, again, they're fast-moving zombies. But I'd like to see a sequel, and the book series it's based on is apparently brilliant. I still haven't read it. I've heard some of the audio books on YouTube. You can actually hear them, so you can give that a go. And also, to finish off with, one of my favourite favourite movies when I was a kid that scared the hell out of me. When I was a kid, there was no video, there was nothing like that. You had to rely on the creature feature, which was on very late of a Friday or a Saturday night, and you would have classics like The Blob. This is The Blob's theme, and it is so funky. I love it. It doesn't sound like the theme to a horror movie, but it's really good. So you've got the classic Blob. And then you've got The Son of Blob, that was directed by Larry Hagman from Dallas and I Dream of Jeannie. It's really, really, it's not that good, but give it a look because it's quite funny. There's some funny bits in it. Now, the remake, the 88 remake, sorry. The 88 remake, this incredible pinky purpley blob that comes from outer space. It's a brilliant space. It's a brilliant space. It's a brilliant. I'm getting attacked by the blob. Ah! Look at this. Where's it coming from? It's actually supposed to dissolve me on touch. That was well done. It didn't work the way I wanted it to, but that's the Blob. I was talking about the remake. It's really well done. The effects for 1988 are really good because there was no computer generation back then. It was all, well, not very much, and it was all practical. So for a remake, it's really excellent. Highly recommended. And for years, they're supposed to be doing a remake or a reboot or a reimagining, which I would still love to see. So that's been in and out of pre-production for years. So I don't know what's happening with that. So yeah, The Blob, my old favourite. I've got a lot of old favourites, but this is one of them. This is one I'd stay up late for and have nightmares. But The Blob. I wish I had more of it. So I think that's it for my very first Halloween episode, part 1. There's more coming, and I will be filming, did I say that? Halloween night, yes. So I'm going to be doing a filming episode. Look out for that. There'll be costumes. I don't know what I'm going to be. I don't know. I'm going to be too busy, but we are going to be having Baby Jane Hudson make a special appearance from Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. And it's not Susan Sarandon. She was busy, so I've got somebody else doing it. So that'll be fun. So anyway, until next time, happy Halloween, stay funky. And next one we'll have some more really cool horror stuff and probably some more movies. So, good night. Thank you very much. Oh, plus, no, wait, stop. I forget it, God, again. I've got some shout outs. My 10th episode, just a few little shout outs. Is that okay, Mamacita? I have to read them. Now, hello, and thank you very much to, these are some friends and some subscribers that I've been chatting to. Indiana, Logan, Aston, Sue, Maria, Roberto, Sally, Jason, and Jason from Two Hunky Toys in Canada. Give them a look. Robert Chattel, Flashback, Usual Mike, who's helped me out, who's been trying to help me find the new Mego figures, which have been released in America, but we can't get here. So thanks, Usual Mike. And Bal 8A. And also behind the scenes, a big thank you to Dana, my producer, who this show would not be on the air because she does absolutely everything. I'm just the talent, even though I'm used to the theatre. So that's it. Thank you very much, and I will let you go now. Good night. Thank you.